Greetings to all you loyal members of the John Wayne clan. Today we're going to give a special report on what I did this weekend, which was attend Rock USA. Now this is going to be done in pretty much two parts. I'm going to start off doing a review, kind of like a bar review, only this is going to be a special events review. For those who are unfamiliar with me, I am Flash. And I might seem like I'm a little bit off today. Well, I'm always a little bit off, but a little more off than usual. But that's only because 3 days of partying can kind of take a toll, even on me. Rock USA was a great deal of fun. Weather was perfect. You couldn't ask for anything nicer. It was a trip. Okay, where to begin? Well, the music was varied in quality with the bands. Some bands were pretty good. There was Cheap Trick was good. Warrant was good. Some bands were surprisingly good, like Hollywood Undead and Buckcherry, who I wasn't too familiar with, but they both did a great job. And then you had the bands that were freaking great. Lynyrd Skynyrd was great. Journey was great. Kiss was fabulous. It was a blast. Plus, for all you people that are interested in the finer things of life, like for example, fine dining, all 4 of the basic food groups were well represented. We had our deep fried goodness, we had our meat, we had our sugar, and we had our booze. You couldn't ask for anything else. Granted, the prices were a wee bit high, but then again, that's the sort of thing that happens in these circumstances. And then, of course, there was the scenery. We had hoochie mamas everywhere. And thanks to the fact that it was excessively hot, they were wearing very little, which is like, thumbs up. I suppose there were men that weren't wearing that much either, but I really wasn't paying much attention to them, so I didn't consider that pertinent. Of course, there was this one problem with the festivities. One thing that seemed off. That's because someone was missing. And that someone was the Emperor. Now, there was a great deal of questioning about where is the Emperor. People would be going around and saying, is the Emperor here? Where is the Emperor? The Emperor's got to be here. And he should have been there. I mean, it's ideal. It has everything he would want. There was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. There's debased debauchery. There was just, it was the perfect setting for him. And people were looking and saying, where is he? But obviously he wasn't there. I mean, they had a huge, giant bottle of Jägermeister, and not one person tried to drink the whole thing. And we know that if the Emperor was there, he would have done that. Now, as a representative of the Emperor John Wayne, I'm supposed to answer any questions and concerns that came up about his absence. There are all sorts of conspiracy theories flying around about as to why he was or wasn't there, and I'm going to address some of those. One is he forgot. And no, that's just not an option. He can sense these things. He can smell it. He could be walking down the street, and he can know there's a party going on, and he would be there. So that obviously wasn't it. Another theory is that the Empress wouldn't let him go. That wouldn't stop him. He never has before. Actually, I retract that. That's just the lack of sleep talking. He always listens to everything the Empress says and always does his best to follow her wishes. But as far as I know, I don't think she forbade this trip, so I don't think that was probably the case. Another one is that, he got lost trying to find it. And that's within the realm of possibility, but it's not too likely because, like I said, he's got a 7th sense. Yeah, he's got an extra sense about these things, so he would have sniffed it out one way or the other. Then, of course, there's the one that he didn't have a ticket and couldn't get in. That's plausible, except that I don't think tickets would really be much difference to him. In fact, if someone asked him for a ticket, he'd probably just eat them and then spit out their bones, so maybe not, but I don't know. Another possibility, which actually does make sense, is that it was too much daylight. The Emperor isn't a real big fan of the hot sun, and that could be possible. Of course, that wouldn't explain why he didn't come in later at night, but then again, maybe he was. Maybe he really was at the event. Every time you see a guy smoking a doobie, the Emperor is there. Every time you see a guy drawing shots, the Emperor is there. Every time you see someone leering at a chick wearing very little, the Emperor is there. And every time you see somebody rocking hard, the Emperor is there. So was he there? Was he not there? You could ask him, or you could decide for yourself. Have a great weekend, everybody. What's left of it.